Hello, I'm Terry Jenkins, and I'm a fourth year teacher. I currently teach third grade math and science at Village Charter School. I began as the technology teacher before being moved to third grade due to teacher shortages. I previously was a special education teacher for 3 years. My academic background is obviously I'm alternate route, and but I have a master's of fine art degree in creative writing. I have a bachelor's of art in individual studies and an associate of applied science in graphic design. I am very much into the technology and the creative side of education, and I try to make my lessons in the classroom interactive if the behaviors are manageable. Um, Prior to taking this course, I thought learning was about the experience the teacher provides. Um, so, by nature, I lean towards constructivism because I believe my empathy and my patience allows me to take in the experiences of my students, which allows me to connect with them in a way that allows me to use their own experiences to help motivate them to learn. And prior to the course, I didn't even know that was really like a actual learning theory. And so I thought that was very interesting. When I got to that chapter, I was like, "Oh, I do that. I do that." I always do try to use my students' names so that it makes them kind of like perp up, like, oh, he's using my name in a problem. And I always try to if I can modify the problem to be something that I know that the class is interested in. um I tend to do that. I always ask questions. I try to get to know my students very well so that I can learn their experiences so that I can use those experiences to help relate them to our lesson objectives. A good example of that is we're learning fractions, and pizza is always used, I believe. But I really try to hit home that, hey, you guys are only ordering one pizza, and there's parts of a pizza. Those parts are called slices. So I try to do little things like that, and have manipulatives, of course, obviously. But yeah, again, prior to the course, I didn't really know that constructivism was that, and that I was naturally doing those things in the classroom. Now, um, now that I've learned about constructivism and some of the other learning behavior, other learning theories, um, I intend to apply them in the classroom. For instance, behaviorism is something that, again, I don't necessarily plan for. I have a behavior management chart. I have a behavior management system. I also obviously have routines in the class, but I can't sit here and say that I actually sat down and apply it to lessons. I do it more so to help me with the overall classroom management. Um, I never really thought of it as a learning theory until this class, and so I want to kind of um, learn more about how I can apply that in the classroom, which leads me to how I will implement my own learning, right? So I plan on making more lessons using a social emotional learning approach. Our school is actually already pushing for that. Again, because our students are diverse and they're from the inner city, so there is a need for behaviorism and constructivism, and I believe you can see that constructivism, along with behaviorism, both lend very well to the social and emotional learning objective that we're trying to obtain. But for me personally, I feel like that will also be beneficial to me as a teacher because, again, my students are very unique, and trying to motivate them has been actually a little easier than what I thought. But I'm getting a lot of students on board who the previous teacher mentioned were not into math or science, so that's exciting. And so yeah, I definitely intend to be more proactive with using behaviorism and constructivism, and finding activities and lessons that allow the students to use their own experiences more, and also allows me to kind of get them to be more independent. I would definitely say, like, right now they definitely lean heavily on me to guide them even through tests, and I would like to see that learning piece. I would like to see them become more independent, which is a learning goal for both theories. So that's definitely the two that I'm going to try to tackle and implement. And so I'm going to definitely do some more research. I'm definitely going to keep my book and apply those theories more in my lesson plans as well. So um, that's about it. So thank you for guiding us. I, in the beginning, I really thought learning about learning was going to be boring and something that I just have to do, but it really was eye opening. Um, learning about the different strategies and learning how it applies to memory and how it applies to independence was really cool. It was really cool to see that and hear it because I was listening to my book. So thank you again, and thank you for watching.